I once, and no hissing please, was a landlord in Berkeley many years ago. And, okay, that's sufficient. And everybody left one Easter vacation or Thanksgiving vacation, and so I decided would do this acid trip I'd been planning and smoke DMT at the top of the trip. And so I did, and I had this very long, involved DMT trip, and the elves and all. It was just totally out of control. And at the very height of this thing, this woman who I rented to upstairs, who I thought had gone home to Minneapolis, came back and arrived by cab and came pounding up the stairs with these 2 suitcases, let herself into the house, and ran around to my bedroom door and beat on the door. And, you don't know me that well, but if I'm 500 miles up a jungle river smoking a joint and a stick cracks 50 feet away, the first thing I do is hide the joint. I am a very paranoid person. So being, on 500 mics of acid, smoking DMT, and suddenly having this woman, and I literally had like some kind of a coronary, and I leaped off my bed, and I landed on my feet. And, if you want, you may try this. Something about this enormous flash of adrenaline added into the DMT, added in to this sudden, incredible physical exertion. It was as though I ripped the membrane. And I was now standing in my room, but I had dragged the trip through with me, and the room was full of elves ricocheting off the floor and ceiling, and I had them, they were hanging off me like weasels. They were, they were sort of turning me around in the room, and also simultaneously one of these machines had been dragged through into my bedroom at the same time. It was like about the size, like this, and it had all kinds. It was faceted and opalescent and glassy and strange, but what was important about it was it had a kind of a faceted top on it that was clicking, going, and every time it would click, it would launch a small plastic chit across the room that had an alien letter written on it. And these little plastic chits were ricocheting off the wall and piling up, and I was just standing appalled, looking at this situation. And then Rosemary slams on the door again. So I stagger over to the door, which was a sliding wooden door, and I just threw it open, and I looked at her and said, "Gidi mis tois wak haptike bin gidi bisino fwang habigiktu wak hapsinon gvidikit." And she said, "Oh, so you're doing that, all right." and backed up, and then I just slammed the door shut, and I pushed my way across the room, and I crawled under the bed, and I closed my eyes, and I just said, "I'm going to stay here till I'm dead or it's over." And I did.